Oh, Pedro Gabriel asks, okay, here's a noob question. How does using VPN protect my daily internet usage, and how does it keep me more private? Really good question, and definitely, yeah, like it is kind of a noob question maybe for a lot of people here, but I think it's a very common question, and a lot of people don't know the answer. So typically where my mind goes to, and I kind of hinted at this recently, the first thing is your internet service provider. This is Comcast, this is AT&T, this is whatever. There's not that many out there, especially in the US. And the thing is, they are promised, guaranteed, will collect your data, use it for bad things. This is proven, it is evidence-based. There's already been too many reports that show that all these companies do harvest and use your data for some kind of nasty stuff. A VPN will make that much harder. They can still see that you use a VPN, but they can't do that much of the VPN traffic. And that is already a big win. So if you just want to be more private from your ISP, huge win. In terms of like real world benefits from that, questionable, right? Like no one's ever going to like get hacked or have some big issue in their life because they weren't using a VPN to protect their privacy from their ISP. So on the list of priorities, I'd say it's very low, but it is a real actionable thing. The main criticism I see to this is that people say, well, you know, a VPN is just its own ISP. You're just shifting trust. And typically I say, well, why would you, like, your ISP is guaranteed to collect your data, and just because your VPN has the capability of doing the same thing, even though they have years of trust and all these other like precautions to verify that they try to take your privacy seriously, even though there's a risk of them doing the same thing, it doesn't mean it's not worth the risk. Like worst case, you're no worse off than where you started. So I think that's not like a legitimate reason to not pursue it. I think a legitimate reason to not pursue it is if you just don't see value in keeping your ISP away from what you're doing online. And in that case, then I guess a VPN is not good for you. The second thing is for websites. And this is probably, I think, what is for more people more useful. And even then, it's kind of iffy, right? So let's say that you access 10 websites today. If you have the same IP address across those websites, then if there's like a Google tracker or a Pixel or Facebook, Meta, they can be able to tell, oh, this user went on these 10 websites with the same IP address, so therefore it's the same user. So it's really easy to like tie your identity across these websites. So when you use a VPN, it's going to blend you in with other people. You're going to have a more common IP address. There could be, let's say, 1,000 people using that same IP address, and they're connecting to 1,000,000 sites that day across all of them. And then it's really hard for Facebook to go, oh, this is the same person doing these 8 different things. So you really have a nice anonymity set. Now, the main criticism to that I see is there's other ways to track users, like fingerprinting, and this is not really an effective way to prevent that. And I think that's really valid. It's a good point. With that said, IP address tracking, from what I've been able to tell, is a much more common way to just quickly tell if something is like legitimate, if this is like the same person, versus browser fingerprinting is a lot more like gray in terms of how it's utilized and how often sites utilize this to try to track users. And from what I've seen, typically browser fingerprinting is a lot more isolated, targeted, and trying to find specific people. I personally haven't seen fingerprinting like done in a way where it's proven, right? It could be happening, but I haven't seen it proven to be done on a majority of websites as the main way of tracking users. Normally, from what I can tell, it's done by like identifiers like emails, phone numbers, when you're logged into your accounts, data sharing in the background between your accounts, cookies is still kind of a thing, and your IP address. Those are kind of the main things I see out there. So those are kind of the things I try to like present to you. I guess the third thing, just to throw a third thing your way, is you just don't want an individual to get your IP address. So if you're a streamer and you obviously don't want your IP address, or like you play games and you're doing P2P stuff, then if you share your IP address with other people, they can like DDoS you. And so that can be like just really annoying and obnoxious. And theoretically someone, if they have your IP address, can try to like locate your general location. So there's also the use case of just hiding your IP address from individuals or individual services. So those are all kind of the use cases of VPNs. Notice none of those are like super necessary for most people. And even I would say not everybody needs a VPN. But I will say, if you're someone who wants to deal with any of these concerns, a VPN is probably something you're going to need. So that's typically where I fall with them. I hope I answered your question, and definitely check out our resources, techlore.tech/VPN. You can compare VPNs and see the different privacy and security features between them and make a decision of which one works best for you. It's all open source, and if you see a service missing, please contribute it so that we have more data on there. This clip came from our main channel, Techlore, where we talk about digital rights and how to keep yourself and the people around you safe online, as well as just reclaiming a little bit more ownership. If you enjoy this content, want more nuance, and want a little bit more of a deep dive, check out our main channel here on the screen or in the description, and we'll see you there.